Fragile, fragile, not very strong, delicate. The poem begins with the poet's suggestions that the night unfolds and human beings long for the stars as great ideas are of no significance anymore. But things are now different, and he wonders why the five continents are separate from one another. The speaker joy reduces, and he is no longer the master of his tears. The speaker suggests that their land does not longer belong to them because it is exploited by the colonial master. The exploitation of the land will affect future generations. According to the speaker, life does not only limit itself to Zaire, because all the continents are inhabited by mankind. Therefore, he cannot stay indifferent to human suffering all over the world. The focus now shifts to the death of Emmett, an African American boy who was killed by whites simply for admiring a white woman in America in 1955. The misery of the woman, the misery of the woman is embedded in the pain that she feels for her dead child. The death of the child is considered an attainment of martyrdom, as he will not share in the meal of the noon or evening. The speaker narrates that the child had greeted a wanton woman in the crowd, and he had gone down to the river in the evening to watch the tides of the river. He had wanted to sing for the woman whom he had greeted in the crowd to express his love for her, and they had killed him in the river. They had baptized him without his mother's name, that is, making him to drown. And the pain of Emmett is also the pain of the speaker, and his death goes beyond a personal experience. The pain and demise of Emmett Till's life goes beyond personal loss, but it is also a collective memory of the pain and humiliation that blacks go through in the hands of whites. The speaker describes the circumstances leading to the boy's demise as they murdered and drowned his corpse in the river. The pain of the victim's mother was unbearable and inconsolable. The speaker does not want to live in the future fantasy without his tradition, as he considers Western influence to be a poison. The pain of Emmett traumatizes the speaker to the point that he concludes about the world as a place which has rendered human life worthless. He also advances that the world, that is Western culture, lives nothing but sadness, which is sung by the nightingale at dawn. He has known a peaceful life before now and wonders if it was a crime for his people to be hospitable. Remember that the problems of Africa are because of the too much hospitality that black people had shown to the whites, and they had taken that for granted. The speaker is proud of whom he is, and he has also known many forms of injustices. He's not comfortable because he cannot accept the way of life without knowing where it originates from. There is a lament, there is an element of regret and lamentation here. When he says, "Take my share of tears," the speaker knows that he has already been cut off from his tradition and cultural background, roots. The above reflects the general pain that characterizes life and the fact that black lives have always been haunted by hate and racial discrimination and prejudices. He uses Emmett's experience to make a rallying call for a collective voice against many years of man's inhumanity against the black race across the globe. In retrospection, he remembers how life had been before the coming of the white man, peaceful, and Africans living in dignity. But now the white man has come and shattered the African way of life to the point that the white man does not even know where he rightfully belongs. He says, in the past, they were men of the night. The poem is an indictment of the encroachment of Western culture into the speaker's traditional way of life. The speaker considers Western culture toxic, and this has brought sadness to his memory. The speaker has witnessed peace and hardship, and he is not confused because he has not accepted the new way of life. He laments that he will not get a fruit from the world, but regrets and shed tears. The speaker knows that no matter how hard he wants to go to the glorious past, he has lost his roots and his African way of life. The poem is about the indignities that blacks have suffered from the hands of whites all over the globe. The death of Emmett Till simply recalls, because he has just simply admired a white woman, is a case in question to show how blacks are not even considered as human beings. Even if they are, they should be human beings who have no feelings and who cannot even admire. The whites murder him and throw his body into the Mississippi River, drawing worldwide condemnation and inflaming many anti-racist movements. The pain of the boy's mother is unbearable, and she demands that the body be given an open casket funeral. The demise of Emmett is not personal experience. It's not a personal experience, but is simply a reminder that any black, wherever they find themselves, can suffer the same fate. The poem is therefore a call for collective action to eradicate the inhumane treatment to which blacks have been subjected to for centuries by the white man, and to fight against racial injustices.